Hey my loves, oh my god, I feel like I have completely forgotten how to vlog because my life is so full these days. Like, my days are so full. I sometimes forget that I have to vlog and like I should vlog these things. We have our 6-week appointment today, aka 41 days according to my mom. So if you know, you know, 41 days is basically when the mother and the child were strong enough to finally go out, step out of the house. My mom was like, oh, if I was living in like the village and stuff, I'll probably fry puff puff, go around and visit people, dress nice, all that jazz. But today, it's just my 6-week appointment. I'm finally seeing the doctor today. He's going to examine my scar to give me the go-ahead on if I'm completely healed so I can take a full shower. Yes, guys, I haven't really been... I'm sweating. The room is quite hot because my light is bad. But let's do this. Let me just relax here. So... oh my gosh, I can't believe I can lay on my stomach. God is good. God is so good. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to my 6-week appointment today. So the doctor can finally give me a go ahead on if I can take a full shower. Because I haven't really been able to take a proper shower this whole time. I've been having to use cloth to just wipe. And then just bathe very, very carefully and make sure that water doesn't touch my scar. So today he's going to check to be sure that everything is okay. We also have a 6-week appointment with Heaven. She's going to get some shots today. I'm actually quite nervous because I've heard that those shots can be quite painful and I might have to buy some painkillers or whatnot. I'll let you guys know how it goes. But in the meantime, that's what we're up to today. I need to leave this room because, damn, it's hot and we have low currents. I don't know why. And the low currents cannot carry my AC, but I can carry my lights. One word, Nigeria. Anyway, let me show you guys what I'm wearing for my 41 days outing. Okay, my mom, so this is my outfit for the hospital today. Nothing too serious. Ilo's shirt that I stole and my jeans that I haven't worn in aeons. And yes.
Hey, baby. Good job, my baby. Good job.
She knows.
Sorry, my baby.
Sorry. Mama.
Oh my god. Good morning. If you can hear Heaven's cry at the background, yeah, she's having her bath and my mom's bathing her as she has been doing for the past 6 weeks. Yes. And honestly, that woman has been such a blessing in my life. I've been watching her bathe her, obviously learning because she's not going to be here forever. So I need to learn how to bathe my child myself. I've done it a few times as well. But I'm still scared because one thing about babies is that they squirm a lot. Heaven in particular hates getting a bath. Like, she cries sometimes when she's having her bath. Sometimes she doesn't, but sometimes she does. Your hold has to be firm so that water doesn't get in her nose, water doesn't get in her mouth, and that is like my biggest fear. Okay, be right back. I have to go sort out something. Okay, I'm back. So that is my biggest fear, getting water in her nose and her mouth, which my mom, obviously she doesn't because she's such a pro at this. But yes, one day I would bathe her myself. Anyway, so yesterday was my 6-week appointment. Like I said, I went to see my doctor. Heaven also had her 6-week follow-up appointment for like her immunization, her 6-week immunization. So she had one when she was born. That was her BCG. She has one at 10 weeks, 14 weeks, and so on and so forth. And yes, everything came out really, really well. I was cleared. My doctor checked my scar. When I even told him that I had not had a proper shower in 6 weeks, I was still like avoiding the area. He was shocked because he was like, some women get an all clear in 10 days, some even less. Why did I have to wait for 6 weeks? And I was just like, well, I just wanted to be extra careful because I had gone into the hospital, I think like a week after my surgery, to see my doctor, and he was like not very impressed with like the way it was healing. So he was just like, I should still avoid the area. So I was just like, doing that and going in every other day to have it checked and cleaned and sterilized. And I'd rather be safe than sorry, honestly, because I've heard stories about like the area getting infected because water isn't sterilized again. So if the place gets infected, sometimes you have to go back in for them to like redo the stitching, all that jazz. Like, it just sounded like a lot, and I would rather, like I said, be safe than sorry. Okay, so that is why I was just like, I was gonna wait 6 weeks. So he just basically checked. I was like, your sky is healed, madam. Like, he gave me an all clear and was like, yeah, go ahead and have a shower. He also discussed family planning options with me, basically told me to go research family planning. I mean, I've been talking, I haven't even done any makeup. You know what, let me actually start, because yeah. So anyway, he talked about family planning and he told me to go do my research. I spoke to him about like my worry about the side effects. Oh my god, Heaven is actually crying a lot. Like, I'm actually starting to be like, should I go over there? But I know she's fine. I know some family planning options make women gain a lot of weight, it messes up with their periods. Like, I've heard a lot of like sad side effects of family planning, so I'm not so keen. But then again, my period came, guys. My period literally came 5 weeks after I had a baby. And I've heard about people whose periods don't come until about a year after. Some people, their period don't come for like months. Mine came in weeks. And you know what that means? That means that if I fuck around, I might find out. God. I might find out. Like, I've heard of people who literally get pregnant 3 months after having a baby. You know, and it's just like, I don't ever want that to be me, because guys, like, I don't know, I just feel like I just need time. You know, I just need time for my body to properly heal, especially because I didn't go through vaginal. I had a C-section, so you know, conceiving that early after pregnancy is not safe, you know, so I need to be extra careful. So we discussed family planning. He told me to go do my research and figure out which one I wanted, or which one I would be comfortable with, you know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Said unless I want to do withdrawal method or condoms. And honestly, first of all, just remove withdrawal method, because that shit don't work, in my opinion. That shit don't work. Pull and pray, that shit don't work, okay? I'm talking from experience. So yeah, that was our 6-week appointment. I am fine. I'm actually fine. Like, I feel like physically I can say that, like, I mean it, like I'm not in any kind of pain anymore. Obviously I'm still being careful, like bathing with hot water, drinking hot stuff. Like, you know, the fact that I feel fine doesn't mean that I should push it. Well, that's what my mom says. She just is always insisting that I always drink hot stuff and I shouldn't drink cold water. I should drink this, I shouldn't bathe with cold water yet. This is that and third. And to be honest, as much as sometimes I'm like about these things, they don't hurt me, okay? Like, bathing with hot water would not kill me. You know, drinking hot stuff would not kill me. So even though I don't really care much for it, I just do it anyway. Like, okay, no wahala, whatever. So yes, that is the situation. But yes, guys, aside that, I am very fine. Oh my gosh, I just found this thing. It's why did they put high alert on it? Anyway, I don't know. Basically, these were the earrings I wore to the hospital the day I was about to give birth. So when I was having my emergency C-section, we had to take this off. They literally had to remove every single earring on my ears, and put it here. So they gave it to me. Oh my gosh, memories. Yeah, they take off all your earrings. You can't, you know, wear your earrings to the theater. I don't know why, but yeah, that happened. Anyway, first of all, people who say I would rather have cesarean section than vaginal delivery because it's the easier route, what the fuck are you talking about? what the hell are you talking about? That shit hurts like a bitch. Okay? Like, I don't even want, like, I feel like this is like a whole video on its own, but it hurts. Okay? Like, I literally had to learn how to walk. I've literally had to learn how to sneeze without sneezing too hard, cough without coughing too hard, you know, laugh without laughing too hard, poop without pushing too hard, because obviously you don't want your incision to rip, and just because it's painful as heck. Okay, like your body goes through so freaking much. Okay, I think the only advantage for me, in my opinion, the only advantage of a C-section for me is that your pum pum is still, you know, yeah, you know, because it's either your vagina goes through the rough and tumble or they tear your stomach. So yeah, there's some women I've heard who didn't even have any tear at all. Like, shouts to you. Like, how does it feel to be God's favorite? Like, I've had to learn how to walk again. You know, like, nobody talks about like that first walk after you have a CS. It felt like I didn't know how to use my limbs. Like, I didn't know how to use my legs because I was in so much pain. Getting up from the bed was a lot. But that first week, I've never ever gone through something like that before in my life, especially because I'm also the kind of person who never falls sick. I never go to the hospital for any reason. Like, I've never been to the hospital consciously. Maybe when I was a child and I had to be taken for immunization and all that jazz, maybe, but yeah, I've never had to be taken to the hospital. I've never had to be admitted. So everything was very, very jarring for me. And it took me a while to recover from that and then finally just be like, okay, I'm okay. Then I started like, okay. I had a baby. Oh my gosh, I feel so blessed. I'm a mother now. Like, I have a child. Like, it took me a while. You know, I also saw the doctor yesterday. He examined my fibroids. Okay, pause. Future MC here. I realized as I'm editing this video that I just spoke about my fibroids without giving you guys any kind of context whatsoever. So let's circle back, okay? So when I first found out I was pregnant, I went for the usual checks. I went to the hospital to confirm that I was pregnant. They did an ultrasound. The sonographer did an ultrasound on me. And while he was performing the ultrasound, he found out that there were fibroids as well. Now, prior to this ultrasound, I had no idea that I had fibroids. I have my periods as usual. My period was very, very accurate. Like, I never ever missed my period. My period was never painful. So I had no reason to believe that I had any kind of issue whatsoever. So it was really, really shocking when the sonographer told me he found not one but multiple fibroids in my uterus. Okay, so when I first got the news, I was worried because I was like, what does this mean? And he reassured me and said fibroids is really, really common amongst African women. 1, 2, there are a lot of women who have conceived with fibroids and have gone on to have their children with the fibroids. However, when I spoke to my doctor, he gave me some things that I should expect with carrying a child or pregnancy with fibroids. So one of the things he mentioned was pain. There is a likelihood that I would be in quite a lot of pain during my pregnancy. Sometimes the pain can be managed with painkillers, and sometimes I would have to be admitted. I might be admitted once, I might never be admitted, I might be admitted from time to time. He also mentioned the possibility of a C-section if the fibroids are blocking my cervix. So these were the conditions that I was given that might happen with carrying a child with my fibroids. Guys, in my second trimester, I woke up with the worst tummy ache ever, with the worst cramps ever on my lower abdomen. I was able to just like deal with it. Like, I thought it wasn't anything, but as the day progressed, it got worse and worse and worse. And then the next day I went to the hospital. They performed an ultrasound on me, confirmed that the baby was fine, and the reason I was having such pains was because of my fibroids. They even told me that they were going to admit me, but I was just like, nah, like I don't think it's that serious. So I ended up getting injections and a shit ton of painkillers. By the third or fourth day, the pain was gone, but it was such excruciating pain. It was so bad. I literally prayed to God that, God, I don't want to ever experience this kind of pain again throughout this pregnancy. And you know, he listened. That was the only time that I experienced that kind of pain. I didn't mention this in my video, so I just want to quickly mention it here. That is also very important to check yourself as a woman even before you have a child. Make sure you do constant checks. You never know, you know, you might have regular periods, perfect cycle, everything, and you might have fibroids, you might have PCOS, you might have whatever. You just never ever know. So it wouldn't kill you to just, you know, check yourself, especially if you are someone who is looking to have kids sometime in the future. Just check yourself to make sure that everything is okay. I believe that I was very lucky and I am a product of God's grace because I was not only oblivious of the fact that I had fibroids, I conceived without even trying. And yeah, back to you, past MC. I had to do a couple things off camera. Yeah, so what were we saying? I was saying that, yes, so I had, during my appointment with my doctor, we talked about like the size of my fibroids, and he basically said 6 weeks is too early to determine how much it has shrinked, because usually after you give birth, your fibroids would shrink back to the size it was. So would your uterus, just basically your tummy, like everything would basically shrink back to the way it was pre-pregnancy. So he was just like 6 weeks was too early to determine the final size of the fibroids. And then obviously he was like in 3 months, it would have shrinked some more, and then you can determine what the size is and figure out if it's something that I want to leave or if I want to have surgery, aka myomectomy, to take out the fibroids. So I don't even know, like right now I'm in two minds. First of all, I conceived with my fibroids and like I had a stress-free, almost perfect pregnancy, aside obviously the little hiccup that happened during my second trimester. But aside that, like I went on to give birth to the baby. I have my perfectly healthy baby. And I'm just like, if it's not broken, should I bother fixing it? Like, I do know that my myomectomy is a major surgery. Even while I was having my CS, I remember telling my doctor at the time, like the consultant on call at the time, like, since we're having a CS, why can't you just take out the fibroids at the same time? And he was like, that's a major surgery in itself, and it's not advisable to have it alongside a C-section because of like, you know, I could lose a lot of blood, hemorrhaging, all that jazz. So I was just like, okay. So yeah, that's why I couldn't get the fibroids removed. We didn't have them removed. Also, I feel like if I have seen situations where people take out their fibroids while they're having a C-section for a baby, but it's not the most common case. I do feel like if that was what I wanted to do, it wouldn't have been an emergency situation. I feel like it should have been a planned situation where I'm like, okay, I would probably have had consultations. I would have probably picked a specific doctor who is very, very, like, who specializes in that field. Mine was an emergency situation, so it was very much whoever was on call that night or that morning. So yeah. Anyway, that was a discussion with my doctor. So I guess in 3 months, we would see how things go. I really, really hope I don't have to resort to taking out the fibroids because I don't want to put my body through that process again unless I'm having another baby. Of like that process of like surgery and opening my body up again to take out stuff. Like, I don't know. That's basically where we're at right now. That was basically the long and short of my 6-week appointment 2 days ago. So as of right now, you know, I'm good. I'm fine. We thank God. I couldn't be more grateful. for just how things have been going this entire time. I'm just going to try and finish my makeup.
Now my friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a day when your love see. Now I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't go. What you won't do for love. You tried it.